There's nothing better than my little niece told that her mother was going one. She went two, three. All right, we're back. We're gonna have a little road meeting, Miss Hamilton.
So, commissioners, good morning again. This is the road workshop where we want to ensure that we have everything captured in terms of the goals and priorities because it's time to submit or prepare to submit our LGRF applications for our local government road funds. Those are something. Again, these funds we rely on every year, and this is an ongoing work. So you'll see a lot of this discussion um, each year. We have a list, and we also have our 5-year road plan that is highlighted through our capital improvements and our ICIP. And this takes a culmination of those. So I think in his packet, he also has the list of the ICIP that you'll see. Where 2022 has been funded, 2023 has been submitted for requests because that was what was submitted for this year. So any changes that we can continue to look at, and again, our ICIP isn't due until we'll have initial discussions this summer, and then it's usually due in the fall in August or September. But 24 through 27 are the years that would be able to be modified, just so that the commission's aware, if needs shift within your districts. The list on top is what we've put together, and this has been ongoing identified roads that are continually needing either maintenance or a complete reconstruction or rehab, or we need to continue with ongoing maintenance if they are chip sealed and such. But this is also a list of the roads. So, for instance, this 2022 funding, we know that we had more requests and more roads that we needed to do, but some of those roads had to fall off because we didn't receive the 600,000 that we had requested. So you'll see those identified. And Mr. Lovato has spent weeks putting these documents together. So this isn't something we take lightly by any means, but it's been an ongoing work in progress. That to say, he's got everything worked in here based on what we've heard from the commission and what he also has identified as priorities. I've asked him to make sure any roads he's aware of or hears from his staff is also in here so that y'all can move things around. Again, this is a workshop. Everything's very, very fluid. Just one last thing on the back page, the TPF list. This was the list that Rick put together in terms of these are all the roads that need to be micro sealed. And this we submitted to the state, obviously, and our capital outlay request. We also submitted because the Senate Finance Committee asked for two top submissions and everything. So again, if we receive funding, it would be about 2.1 million. If we don't, then we at least have a list to go off of because we are preparing for another grant application for the transportation fund, which was the goal of this initially when Rick put it together before the capital outlay.
So the TPF is the transportational project funds that they had since last year that we did not get last year. But we are going to reapply this year again with Ms. Carroll's help. And hopefully that if we don't get it through the state level, we'll get it through through the TPF. So we're real excited. We're hoping that we get this. As you can see, it's a large amount, but the TPF that we're applying for will be a maintenance is all we're applying for is just all maintenance. And it will be for mainly all of our chip seal roads that we got. Not all of them, but a major of them that we've looked at and decided that it needed some maintenance pretty quick. Next year we could do more maintenance. I mean, this can be an ongoing thing for as long as the money's there. So this is and what you see is the MS. That is the micro seal that we put on several roads. We've done Road P between 4 and 6. We did Road 8 off of 206 going back west a mile to S. We also did Y. going between 236 and 267. And then we also did Sundale all the way to the gate going into the bombing range. So this material seems to be holding up. It's not porous like your chip seal. It's more it's a tight, what's the word I want? It's really tight where they can't, when you twist on it, you're not going to pick it up with your tractor tires or anything and rip it up. So it's supposedly going to be really good. We're looking at it and it looks good right now. We've had one for almost 2 years now, and we're real impressed with it. On you, the one on you. Yeah. Moving forward, the LGRF projects, the one that says on top, again, I mean, this is what y'all have stated over the years. It's an ongoing live document. I mean, it just never ends. It's the roads that I can continue to get complaints about. And then also, we'd like to get some of these subdivisions done so we don't have to mobile over a couple of miles to get a subdivision bladed. If we can get these caliche and chip sealed, that would be a great thing.
Well, we did Virginia Estates this last
Mhm.
round in your district, and it really helped. Again, it was one little half
We
circle
just
out there in the
cliche-ed it
middle,
again.
and so
Mhm.
just making sure that we can get that done and tidied up.
I think this year we have Springwood Edition and I can't remember the other one. Cottonwood Place is a couple of subdivisions that we're wanting to get in, so we don't have to come all the way down and blade those. A couple of years ago, we did Bingham Stratton. So, if we can get some of these done, I got Vans back in here,
Vans
is one of them that I like to get
and
done.
we have a really good base on it right now.
Yeah.
It's what, 3 years ago we went in there.
Exactly what Miss Hamilton said the other day.
We got a
So.
good base to lay.
We had it down to chip seal it. We just ran out of
Run
budget
out of
funds
money.
at the end, and so we couldn't get the chip done. We just got the caliche part. I'm like, we need to do it while we just have. to
There's
do it
another one
while-
on down the road, but we'll discuss it later.
About 2-3 years from now.
Yeah.
I know exactly which one you're talking about, Mr. Lee. But again, so what the list you see here, all the way down to South Roosevelt Road 33 and New Mexico 206, those we can change however y'all want us to do it. I mean, we're not going to get, I don't believe we'll get $1.8 million for funding to fix all these roads this next year. So we would like to select so much out of each district and fix the ones and place them in the right order for co-op, caps, and school bus.
Which is what what I've asked him to do here, and that's the draft that we have. So if you see some things that you think are a priority for your district to move around, I think typically we're somewhere around the neighborhood. We've seen anywhere from the high fours, low fives to upwards of 600,000 in funding. So that gives you an idea, of really about the top third if we're
Correct.
fortunate in terms of funding. Realistically, for this coming fiscal year 2023.
Take these out so I can see what I'm looking at. So we could rearrange any of these that y'all like. Y'all select the ones. I like the ones that I selected, but I mean, obviously, y'all get complaints also. So
Is AP to AB on 19, AP to AB, is that only 1 mile? Because it's 1 mile from AP to AQ.
I know that's your district, Rob, but I sure looked at that road.
on Road 19,
Yeah.
let me find it. Yes, ma'am. So 19 from AP to, it should be AQ.
Okay, I was gonna say, because I know to AQ it's 1 mile.
Yes, so it should be AQ because we ripped up the rest of it.
Right,
Correct.
okay, so, what do you think about bumping that one up? I mean, that is a mess of a road, and I just hate to see the rest of that fall apart. Like
Well,
that part we tore up,
We do have it on TPF
we do.
over here on Let me
Oh,
look
that's gonna
here.
be micro sealed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So it's on
Yeah.
TPF also in 21, and so is AP. So all that little stretch there
Little
that,
stretch, okay.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
good, thank you.
And you'll notice they're all on here, Commissioner. It's just that we can't afford to do all of the miles at once.
Oh,
So you
right.
see like AP
Oh, yeah, I
is
see.
divided out and then 19 and then like
21, yeah.
there's sections of it.
Yeah, I see that. I was just wondering on that one, because I'm thinking AP to, and then AQ to AV is a whole nother section. I'm
right,
thinking,
right. So
Yeah.
I just,
okay.
my finger got,
Okay.
found the wrong button
There
there
it
or
is,
something.
thank you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sure I'm on the same page. 2023 is a done deal.
So for the ICIP, 2023 is, yes. So on your ICIP list, we've already received the funding for 2022. We've applied for 23, but 24 through 27 are fluid.
So, ICIP 2023, change it to,
Correct. On the ICIP list.
Go ahead, Commissioner Lee.
Yep, this is the main list for today that
Yeah.
we have to get fixed.
LGRF's one we need to do.
Yes, but you
Lined
need to see what else is on your ICIP because there are times, I have the last several years over here in this binder from all y'all's notes, because I learned not to throw them away. Because we have to make sure, like, again, there's certain ones that get kicked out because we don't have the money to do them. And as it is, I mean, we got 300,000 for 2022, so we're going to be really close. We'll wait and see how everything fleshes out to see what we're able to complete there. We do not know what funding we will receive in our part of our request for 2023. So that's the concern there. I mean, we may end up having to make cuts if we weren't allotted that full amount. So when I say like we just can't change them now, but we will be able to modify them when y'all do your ICIP 5-year road plan later this summer.
I have a quick question for
Go
you,
ahead.
Ricky. 18th Street, when does it turn into County Road?
It turns right at Kilgore.
At Kilgore, it doesn't change at
turns it,
Globe,
No, sir. So
because all the houses are in the county on that side.
correct. I don't know how to explain it to you, but other than just say that our road doesn't start until Kilgore. Actually,
Yeah, Road 6 starts at Kilgore.
right, going east
Uh-huh.
from there.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
It's the way that the annexation works. So annexation, when the city comes and takes stuff, they have to take the roads. That's part of the statutory requirement of the annexation.
So the whole
See, that's what
intersect.
man, you have the same idea. That's what I've always been told, but
What's that?
that little bit of that quarter of a mile there or
Right.
whatever, right where it jogs like that, that's
It probably was at one time, but it's no longer. Since I've been here, it hasn't been our road. And when they annexed it, the whole intersection. So we go from Q going south and we go 6 going east. So
I get calls all night long.
it was a wonderful sign out there.
Everybody's seen that on a mattress. Truck food, was it? Well, Rod, have you been getting calls on Road O? Your Road O? I know that ain't my area,
Where?
but
where am I?
off of 88 going south.
Oh, yeah.
Because
And I,
in Road 10, all the way from, what is that, P, across there. That's the road that cuts in front of all them dairies and stuff. Yep.
I've driven those.
That road gets used a little bunch. 10 gets used a bunch because it comes off that curve. But it's in here, I think, where it's on
How about this one right here? Oh, from 88 to 10.
10. Yeah,
Yeah, I get a lot of calls. Well, I've driven quite a bit.
it just falls apart too because I don't have. It's going to have to be chip
There's a
sealed
lot of traffic.
It will.
because
Eventually.
we've fixed it 3 times. I know of since the last 7 years.
It really does need a wear mat. Maybe we could put that in our ICIP in the future, future plans.
But
Mhm.
It's yeah.
that road, oh, from 88 to 10, I've driven it because I get a lot of calls. The road goes from, which is, I think is probably home. Look, it's on the, ICIP 23 or 10,
Mhm.
O to P. You know where the intersection is there, going back to P. Yeah, and we looked at that and y'all explained it and what you said made sense. But there's something about that road, that grading that road seems to do more good than grading, when we grade, from 88 to 10. It's just a quick fix in a few days, potholes are beat out again.
Correct.
So, if, you know, that's why I was asking about, the revision on that, 23 deal. To me,
Do you get calls on
I'd
the
rather see
road
more work done on 88 to 10.
on road
And
S
just continue just grade.
from
10
9
back
to
eight.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's
10.
possible.
No,
See, right here,
all the people live on your side of the road. They all call me. 'cause
I have it just as Calucci did.
Because that's
They
a
want-
2-mile stretch.
No.
That'd be-
they don't.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
S.
Well, and we
goes up
seem-
the hill by
I think we
where
have-
the door is.
But if you go work on, doing things like put Felicia on 88 to 10,
Of course,
that's a
one-
2-mile stretch.
And we
I
do-
won't-
More.
It's just.
And I think
rough.
that's the one that we have right
Everybody
here.
else's.
No,
It's
ma'am.
I
10
think it's
O to
something I
88.
need to-
That's 4 miles.
Well, I
an
just
hour.
wonder if you ain't been getting calls.
Right.
on
I
it.
don't care.
10 to
Really,
4,
they're calling
10
you.
on from O to 88, correct? Is one,
You felt, from
I
88
get
to
more
10.
on S and a half.
is-
2 miles.
Yeah, I hear that one all the time.
Right down
but
here.
I hear it from
And,
Hoo-Ha and Jim Bardius.
we graded
And then one night
Right.
Gary
I
called
don't, I don't know why Jim Vargas
And it's
doesn't
just a
call me.
matter
I see, or tell me I
a
see him
few
all the
days
time.
because of the
because he loves to
structure.
harass me.
Those potholes are
good.
beat out.
Correct.
Where's the other one?
I see those
We
guys
grade
all the
that
time. You
one,
know?
but
Well, whoever you
Grading
get, you
job
fight for your
seems
spot,
last
make sure
longer
that they're
than
gonna
smooth.
continue to deal
Well,
with him.
It's
So
due,
Well, that's
88
your
to
road,
10 is
though. I'm
actually
not-
it's on the list for LGRF now. So it's
That
number
road
3.
really needs
So
to
it's,
be.
it would
All
be
them
one
other
that would
roads
be
through there
funded.
are
So
chip
it's
sealed.
on there.
R&a-half chip
and,
sealed.
and the reason
Is it the
S
only
for
is
that,
one?
chip
Mr.
sealed.
Savage,
That's the
is
one that I
because
started with when I first
the
got
heavy
mine
traffic,
that I thought we were gonna chip
you know,
seal.
none of the trucks
Comes
will
off
go
7 to 8.
up P and
Yep.
across 10 and
I'll
up
have
to,
to ask him about
they're
that.
going to use 88 and then
Poles
jump
are
across there
very-
on O and, and go,
That road goes like this.
correct.
But those poles-
So it's, you know, all the truck traffic that it,
Yeah.
that it sees
why I
all
love
day
it.
long, so.
I'll ask him.
That's
It
so
would have
nice.
the-
And there's a lot of nice homes
Probably
there
now.
now. They built to
You're right, all the other roads around it are
West there, I mean,
they're nice.
Every one of them, no, are chip sealed.
They're chip sealed, they're nice.
All of them. All the way from, that's the only one.
So as from 9 to 10.
Oh, you, Art,
From the dairy.
There's said 9 to 10?
I don't know if he played it, he's leaving. I'm sure they'll put that phone in over, at least get it through the people who get through. But it was such a mess.
we,
That's nothing you can do about it.
no, we were there at least 4 or 5 times ourselves.
Where's this at on that?
On road O between 88 and 10.
Oh, yeah, that thing's a mess.
The tumbleweeds were just overwhelming right there.
I might agree with them, but it's all right. I didn't graze that pasture.
Ricky, what about S from 9 to 10? Shane gets,
S, S and a half.
S and a half from 9 to 10. Shane was telling me he gets the calls on that one for me.
Between 7 and 8,
Yep.
it's there. I got it way down there, but it's there.
Did you know that's the only, it's Tina's district. I'm sorry. But that's the only road from 206 to 70 that's not chip seal. And there's a lot of people live down through there.
There's, well, I'll give you Vargas lives up on 8. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
There's
But Trujillo don't have nobody living in those 2 trailer houses.
Montaños, then there's a,
we drove the road. There's like 3 or 4 residents.
and the, oh, goodness, gosh, no. Because there's 2 houses that belong to, on the, what I would say, the east side of that road, to, on the packing house up here.
It's really
What-
close
what-
to Road 8. I mean, now the ones down south, I mean, up north would be the Trujillo's 2 mobile homes.
If you look on that, there's a Montaño that lives down that road, has a nice home. And then
I'm just,
Gary lives there.
I understand. I
And
think,
then I hear from Jim. I hear from
I think
Gary.
Commissioner Dixon just has more problems than
And
S and a half.
I hear
think
from
it's
What's-
just got a little
Lujan.
rough boards here and there, but I think Ms. Dixon has more problems than S and a half. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, because I
Well-
know the ones that are on here are
And the other issue is that's
like
not on a
ones on
section
here.
line. And so that is going to be incredibly challenging to get a wide enough swath down through there. If you
That's-
notice how
and
small it
it's
is,
Miss.
it's not
Yeah.
on a
So
section
down in
line.
that, down
I
in
know right where that
Arroyo,
road goes around that pole.
right, and then it drops down in that riverbed thing, lake bottom. It narrows down. Really narrows down. So you got to remember, we got the chip seal. We got when we do chip seal.
No.
Sorry, our header on our chip box, I think it's 14 foot wide. We got to have plenty of room, at least a 20-foot road.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it just becomes very difficult because your wheel tracks are in the oil, and then you just start picking up. So it's very challenging. I'm not saying that. I mean, we've done it before, but it don't ever come out right.
I'm just repeating what I've been told.
Miss Dixon, this is your district.
That's right.
right. I was just asking your opinion on that because I understand, and he, they don't call me. Apparently, they call him. So
Well, they do. Or they pull me over. I'm working out there, and they stop.
Shane makes a lot of phone calls, we've learned too.
well, yeah, he probably does.
Mhm.
Thanks, Shane.
I see it a lot of people. Oh yeah,
So-
there's a lot of people call don't like me.
Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to ask because I hadn't thought about the fact that is, I think we talked about it way back when I first came on about the fact that that was the only one that wasn't chip sealed out there. But yeah, I was looking over my list and I'm happy with what's on.
Okay.
We
Good.
just felt like U and a half and Highlands, we had it on the list for several
Uh-huh.
years trying to get it. It will
That-
really help alleviate a significant burden. And again, the majority that live out there, it's not the heavy, I mean, it's very residential in
Right.
that little subdivision. So to be able to have that area taken care of and chipped will really help with
will.
workflow and longevity.
Highlands. That
I agree.
behind
I
Yerba.
I know that this 19 and 21,
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
train wreck's got it.
Where
in.
the
You
You and a
know.
I
half
think all the
also.
cowgirls, they rent that, or they rent right in that area, and they have that
All the
arena.
roads- all those roads in there. Those guys have lived. McDermott and them's lived down there forever. There's a
Oh.
lot of houses in.
I mean,
through
you
there.
see, it's very expensive. That's 135. So you're looking at least a third, probably, potentially of the funding that's just spent right there. So just depending on what we get allotted, that's again where we're trying to really identify. These are the key things that we're continually hearing about.
So this TPF, that one's gonna, this whole thing or, Because I'm really concerned about 19 and 21. I mean, those are like the ones that I worry the most about.
And we
Yeah.
did just do oil on 19 and 21 3 or 4 years ago. So if nothing else, we'd be able to work in some emulsion.
I really was more worried about AK more than going west. I see it Allergate.
Oh, AK, right.
Yes.
I
I-
called you on that one not too long ago where it's got the big, if it rains at all, it's a mess right there where you can't get down.
On 24.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. It come off that hill.
They went and patched again.
Yes. And we're patching again today. So if it needs to be done, let me know.
And
Please.
AK had the rubber treatment
Mhm.
just a few years ago. So we've done some maintenance on both of them. It's just,
Yeah, I don't know what it is
Ongoing.
about that with because there's so many potholes though, that it just, the water just settles right in there so bad on that road. I don't know, that road is a mess still. But, okay. Y'all can go ahead. and talk. You're complaining.
I would love to know that.
How many years, Ricky, we've been saying that? Just let us cut it out for you. God, I take my little tractor down that road and about kills me.
Yes. Ricky.
Yes.
uh, Looking for what, the road that we talked about 8 off that. Road 8 off of that, second curve,
Yes.
it's,
See,
Is that
it's
on the
down
list?
here.
good.
There's that road we're talking about right there. You know?
So,
It's a constant,
It's a long
it's
way down
chip
there.
sealed,
correct.
on down for a few miles.
You know, he was saying.
Oh, you're on.
I have it, I believe, on 27.
8. It's on there.
It's on ICIP 27. It's way down the list.
What about, I'm looking for Roosevelt Road E, which comes off of the Arch Highway on the other side of the Arch. Makes that curve around that dairy and meets back up with 8.
So I do have 8.
From 88 to F.
Where are you seeing that? This one here?
We did do 8 from
Yes, and a half.
F to
Where
G.
you at?
Which is-
I'm on the RF,
North out of
right
Arch.
above Ringham's Stratton.
G.
It's
No,
in the
sir.
pan. It's just moving.
8
Oh, there it is. I don't
8
know why I couldn't
from
see that.
the subdivision. Is that a
It's in
subdivision there?
I mean,
Anyways, from the end of the chip seal going 1
I
mile
wonder if the bus
further
would complain
east
about it for
in
that.
front of the dairy. Now
Before
that
they go around.
that other
That's
mile
actually before my AQ
that goes to E is in really good shape still. But the one in front of the dairy
I'll leave it
is
alone.
really poor.
Yeah.
And I have it here, number 4 on LGRF 2023. The long list one, the one.
It's
The
from
first
Oh,
mile.
8.
G is the one that comes right out at Arch.
Right.
So we'll start at F and go to G.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
And that's what we drove.
Okay.
Yay.
Ricky,
I
I
don't-
talked to.
I'm gonna quit looking now. If I find something, you'll goddamn.
Right here's G.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's a chance.
You won't make it.
Very good.
Bump it up.
I'm saying we may get that money.
Wow.
Can I bump up
E,
S from 11 to
12.
12? Bump it up there and trade it with 11 until 6 to S?
Yes.
Do you own any land or are you actively farming in that area?
Dear, I own stuff everywhere.
Is this
No,
a
I
personal
do not.
request? I should put my glasses back on. so I
And
can
it's,
see
all-
your little
hey,
face.
that's, me and Tina are splitting that deal.
Okay,
no,
just as long as
Mr.
it's not
Module-
for-
Mr.
Mr.
Module
Module
needs it. He
and-
does.
He said
We
it
drove
would
that
last longer going out to 12 than if you put it down that, it'll wash away.
So
eventually. And it'll stand
we're
with
gonna
water
switch
there.
those
At the
two.
intersection.
Yeah, it'll stand water, and that one won't stand water. So.
Okay.
So where are you moving it to?
He's switching those two, right?
Yes.
We're flipping 11
Mhm.
and S.
Because we can cut out that road if it's not cleachy to drain into the draw there.
Okay.
I believe Mr. Bennett,
Charles,
he said
Oh.
yes, one day we could. But
I get along really well with them. I'll
Yeah.
visit with them.
Could we look at 2024? And we're looking down there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6th line. 8810, 2 miles. And then we look at over on, ICIP 27. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, I haven't twice.
Yeah, that one is on there twice.
Huh?
That one
Yeah.
is on there twice. I have a line drawn out on the
Oh.
2027. But we do include some of these, like you'll see that one is 88 to 10. So it's on 2024, but we also have it on the 2023 LGRF because we feel like it's a priority to get done. So sometimes you'll see them on two lists
Okay.
till we determine what funding we're going to get. But yeah, it is on their duplicate. So the 2027 is marked off.
No, I should have seen. Mr. Greider, I haven't heard nothing.
Yeah. What's up?
it's because every road he's got's on the list.
Oh, now, Shane, same story. We're gonna have to get him a little violin.
I have jillions of miles down there, but they're so far away they don't get attention.
1, 2, 3.
Well, you better
4.
recount. Which one are you looking at?
I'm looking at that top list. I mean,
The
you've got
LG
several
the
up front.
LGRF one?
hmm
I always,
Van subdivisions,
No,
District 3.
that's not me.
Yes, it is.
Fans is.
Vans we did.
No, that's yours.
Yeah. And then
16 from 206 to P is you. That's
Which
2
one?
miles.
16 to P.
206.
Yeah,
That's in
now.
District 3.
That's it. 2 of them.
X from 18 to 19,
That's
1
been
mile.
on-
That's in
That,
yours.
that should
That's
have
a
been
school
on
bus.
the ICP plan for last year. Shoot.
And then now we have S from 11 to 12. So
Yep, we moved it right up there.
you have Ricky's been very even in his mileage of where everything is.
I-
He pays very close attention.
Hey,
I've got a copy of the same
did you
paper
know I
have.
had two commissioners one time told me that a squeaky wheel gets the grease. Uh,
Nothing's gonna, TPF is just for theirs. That doesn't need to be anything recorded in the minutes because it's no action. It's the LGRF is the only thing that they have to focus on.
Yep, I got mine done. Can I go now? I just made that one move. Everything else looked pretty good. I mean, you mean to help you spend yours, Paul? Let's see.
Hey, I have learned, I read them on that question, but
Yeah, your road never get bladed.
anything else? I see everybody kind of tidying up. So we understand y'all are good because it'll be the March 8th meeting will be where these applications will come forward. So Rick and Carol will work on splitting them up for co-op, cap, school bus, how all of those will come. And then we'll apply for more than we ever get, just like we do every year. So we will go much further down on this list than what we're likely to get funding for. But we always want to ask for as much as we can.
I have one thing. Is there anything you can do about S, Roosevelt Road 30?
This,
That's way.
Oh, I'm sorry, South Roosevelt Road 30. I'm reading it wrong. South Roosevelt Road 30. Because it's just go right out.
we could definitely go look at it. I will. I would think that it would just need a good blade. Go down and do some maintenance. Oh, does she?
Thirty goes all the way across. Not really, yes?
It'd be straight south of modules, about
Well, that's S. No,
20. 30.
30 goes
But
all
in the
way-
Elida district,
I'm trying to think where that's at.
it's going to go off of.
Have the blade just south of Mr. Cater's, and they're going to move back behind. So next week or so, we could be there with the blade.
Okay. Because she's not answering back that she messaged, but then she's not answering, so.
I'm leaving this here.
Oh, she just
Okay.
not ready.
Anything
She said heading out to the southern, the quarter of a mile down all the way to the first turn to the left. She can't remember what road that is, but she thinks it's AM or something.
It is
So you're going to blade it.
Mr. Southers, Sam Southers. Mhm.
Blade. There you go.
Right off AK.
Okay. Anything else on the LGRF stuff for y'all? Are we good? This one.
You know what I didn't see in there though? I had to go back and look. It was 6.5. Ricky, did we ever decide with all those poles what we're going to do in there? Because
And that
he called me.
Pete,
Not Pete. No, Pete. See, it's
because Pete catch
no
John Pugh.
Pugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he,
Did he move?
I haven't heard.
There's not much to, so that one is.
But, you know,
Not on the
Newt don't-
section line and all those poles. So when we
That's
talk
what I
to
told
the
everybody.
electric or
The
the,
hard part about
Excel.
that road, I was trying to explain to this few, and then Newt lives there and the Haleys and Pete. And anyway,
hey, the grandma
no, that's
first,
where-
and then,
yeah, that's where the grandkids live there now though.
mhm.
Anyway, that is the dividing line for SPS and Roosevelt County. So that's why the poles are on both sides. You're not gonna get one to move and not the other. And when you're talking about how narrow,
It's narrow.
I don't think your chipper will.
And the fences,
there.
we've measured it. There is no navigating that.
It's very, very tight. We'll continue to do maintenance.
I mean, it has
I would-
a dip at the end. I mean, that's just a troublesome spot.
That would be a wonderful job or road to fix if we could.
Yeah, because we had blocked that off. I mean,
Well, and also because we do have to road in to get that
what
area.
I know this sounds, I'll hate spending money against somebody else. But is there, in the past, commissioners have hired people to lay some asphalt. Wonder what it cost if we pay somebody that had a machine
To do it,
to go lay a,
2 or 3 times what it'll cost us.
I know, but, I mean,
We can
we
get
blocked
an
off the other road
idea.
and we forced all those people to have to travel it. I mean,
would you like for me to get a quote?
Because
Yeah.
there's nothing else that can be further down
Yes.
Yeah, get a
ICIP.
quote.
It won't be anything.
so the
trail
next
thereof.
commissioner, when he starts, he'll say, here's what it's gonna cost.
Mm,
Have you ever been down the road?
Where are you?
No.
Yeah, you know where Pete Paez lives?
Yeah.
That road up there, the one you live
oh,
on.
yeah.
From the
Yeah.
Door Highway to road Q&A.
It is chip.
That's where we had to block off the dip where all the kids were in through there and
You'll
that
have to
wreck.
get a price.
And another deal, that road is the city sewers under it. And that where it goes off, it's a mess. I mean, and everybody complains constantly. I mean, let's get it won't cost nothing, will it, to get a
Quote,
quote?
I will get a hold of Barnett's and see what it cost.
Maybe that's something I could,
Pictures we just had.
that might be something sometime to see if Stuart or somebody can help us out with that. Oh, no. That would keep you from having to bring a road grader up there for the next, how many years, you know? Yeah, I doubt they're gonna wanna come down to do a half a mile. And they
Oh,
might.
when
Well,
you say-
we could actually ask for road A and what is it, 22nd Street
22nd
and
Street
6.5.
and
20
the road that goes
21st is already done.
21st is Chips Hill
Chips Hill.
And B.
and B, yes. Now 22nd isn't and road A isn't and 6.5 isn't.
That's A.
So that would almost be like a full mile.
Those two.
Because we did B and 21st last year.
Because
Mhm.
that would save you, if Vans was done, that would put you out way miles from town then. Then you
Right.
have to-
10. Your road, 10.5. Yes, it would help.
And it is on the list.
I know. The other ones we can do, it's just, that one is,
Prickly pear.
yeah, and a thorn. Does anybody else have anything they need to discuss with Ricky?
Well, we can give up on them during the call. I mean, we can listen for an
You
hour.
sound like my mom. She says, good thing I was politician, I like to talk. Amber and Ricky, are y'all done? Let's go home.
Give out, you
Do you have an extra copy of that?